Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Thank you so much for checking out another episode of the show. Today's feature, singer-songwriter Lucie Switalski. Had a great time hanging out with Lucie, getting to know her a little better, and we played a couple of tunes live acoustic for you, so hope you dig it. Do want to remind you, as always, Rock Paper Podcast is brought to you by Roughneck Beard Company and American Rambler, located here in St. Louis, Missouri, right over in the Maplewood area. Swing by and visit them and pick up some stocking stuffer ideas or whatever. You know, you got plenty of beard oils, beard balms, junk powder, combs, all kinds of things you need to take care of that beard and mustache. You know, Santa knows the secret to a well-kept beard and mustache, and this holiday season, give the gift of Roughneck Beard Company for all the bearded and mustached men in your life. It is truly the gift that just keeps growing. Visit them in Maplewood or shop 24/7 at roughneckbeardcompany.com and use my code RPP15 for an exclusive 15% off your purchase. Again, shop local and support local this holiday season. Stop in and visit them. Pick up some stocking stuffer ideas for all the bearded men in your life. Also, big thank you to my friends over at Friendship Brewing Company in Wentzville, Missouri for their continued support. You can stop in, running around doing all this shopping and everything, and you might need, or spending some time with the family, you might need a cold beverage to settle down, and you can visit over there and pick up some of their craft beer. I've got a lot of different beer options, and of course they have the kitchen too. You can grab a sandwich, and it's just a fun atmosphere to hang out. So swing by and check out Friendship Brewing Company in Wentzville, Missouri. Find them online at friendshipbrewingcompany.com. Hit them up on Facebook and Instagram. They do a lot to support this community. They recently launched a new canned beer in honor of Lance Corporal Jared Schmitz, and all the funding from that can goes to support the foundation in his name. So swing by and pick up some of those and support that cause. It's really a nice thing that they're doing to support that. So let's give back and help them out. So thank you again to Roughneck Beard Company and Friendship Brewing Company for their continued support of this show. It means a whole lot to me. So, and if you'd like to help support this show, a great way to do so is check out the merch store. We got buyjack.com/rockpaperpodcast and grab a little Shaney shirt or a hat, tank tops. Summer's not that far away. But everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for making another great year. And if you need me, of course, you can always find me at rockpaperpodcast.com. Hit me up on the socials. Feel free to email me at rockpaperpodcast@gmail.com. And with all that out of the way, sit back, relax, enjoy this brand new episode with Lucie Switalski.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
Hey guys, this is Lucie Switalski, and you are listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
This is beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats is the Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
Double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with Lucie Switalski.
Hello, hello. Yes, you said it
All
right.
right,
Lucie
I did it.
Switalski.
Yeah.
Polish. What can I say?
I'm super excited to be here. I'm really glad we made this happen today.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for reaching out.
We've kind of been friends for a while now.
Yeah. I think my friend Michael Carrico introduced me to you.
Yeah, it seems like we kept bumping into each other at concerts.
Yep.
And we've so that's where we first was the introduction, and we met at shows, and then I learned that you play also. Started seeing some things online, and I'm just like, well, we should talk. We should hang out and play some tunes, and so we're finally making it happen today.
Yes. So excited.
Yeah. So I don't know a ton about you at all, really.
Yeah.
So that's what's fun about this show, and I say it a lot on this, but this is what's fun is, having this platform to sit and talk, have an actual conversation instead of trying to scream over a band or something like that at a show, and so we can kind of sit and talk about what you've been up to. So
Absolutely.
so I kind of like to go back to the beginning. I feel like that's probably the place to start. And but you did mentioned earlier you're not originally from St. Louis, it's usually where I do start. People, are you from St. Louis or not, or?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Chicago on the south side, about 20 minutes outside the city, a town called Oak Forest, Illinois. Grew up there, was raised there, and I actually moved down here for school. But my love for music came right from when I was born. Both my parents are professional musicians for a living.
Wow. In what sense?
So they do Broadway and nostalgia. So they do a lot of shows around the Chicagoland area, doing that sort of thing. And then they also are church music ministers as well.
Very cool.
So, I grew up just being all over the place, singing at their shows starting at age 6. And I absolutely loved it. And it was just kind of natural. It just happened. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. My story, I've talked about it a ton of these, but that's a similar sense, my not necessarily the playing part, but just the love of music. My parents were, very early age, or were, playing great records all the time, and so I just quickly became a giant fan of music and stuff, so it was always around.
Yeah, me too. It was great. I loved it. Just constantly getting to meet all sorts of cool people. Talked to Donny Osmond on the phone once.
Oh, yeah.
All sorts of cool stuff. So
yeah, very nice. So what about playing? So you said you started singing and stuff, but was the guitar there early on too?
No, actually. So I started piano. My mom started teaching me piano when I was probably 4 or 5. I don't know. That's where I started, and then I continued on taking piano lessons until all throughout high school. And then I started really getting into singing in about 4th grade or so, when I was pretty little. I always loved to sing, but then I started taking actual lessons when I was in grammar school there. So started singing, and then I started with doing Broadway and classical stuff with my parents and everything, and of course at church. And then in high school, I went to Marian Catholic High School, and it was a fine arts school. So I was very involved in choir. I was the choir president and involved in theater. And I don't know if you know this about Chicago, but it is a very local band, kind of pop punk scene is pretty strong in the suburbs. So kind of grew up going to concerts and bowling alleys and things like that. So a lot of my friends were in bands, and all of us at school decided we wanted to put on our own type of show at school with, fun music that wasn't just choir. So we started a thing called Marian Fest, and that is where I performed my first gig. And that's when I decided, hey, I need to learn how to play guitar so I can do this by myself and do an acoustic set. So I taught myself how to play guitar in high school, and ever since then I have loved being a singer-songwriter, and that's when I started kind of writing music and that sort of thing.
Nice.
So yeah. And then after that, it was in high school where I realized, okay, I really do love the music industry. And people would always ask me, hey, do you want to be just like mom and dad? And I'd be like, heck no, I don't want to do that. I've seen the ups and downs. And then it was oh shoot, I do want to do that. It is what I really like. So that is what brought me down here. I went to Lindenwood in St. Charles, Lindenwood University, and I studied music business with a vocal emphasis, and then I minored in social media and digital content. So yeah, that's what brought me down here, and I absolutely fell in love with it and stuck around.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah. My mom went to Lindenwood, so it's a great school over there.
It is, yeah. I had a great time. I loved it.
Yeah. That's cool though. I'm glad that they helped kind of set the on course for this music thing, but you found your own path in it and all.
Yeah.
And so that's really neat. That so what in the Marion Fest? Do you have some? Did you get some big? You mentioned like the pop punk. Did any of them? Did you get like Fall Out Boy or anybody like that or anything like that?
No, it was all just like school bands that we formed ourselves. So it was just all very student driven, but it was a lot of fun. So we would market it throughout the community and sell tickets and try and raise money for different fundraisers while doing it all. But it was just so much fun. We had a blast. We would do like 2 a year, and it was great. So
those are some of my favorite stories though. Like you hear those like, we booked this band to play our little festival, and then all of a sudden they blow up into, some massive, band and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I know a lot of those kids are still playing music today, which is awesome to see. One of the bands, Arvia was their name. Shout out to them. But yeah, they were touring for a little bit. So it was really cool to see everyone you kind of grew up with and chase after that dream a little. So
you, what's your like favorite thing up in Chicago when you get to go back? Is there a certain
the food? Yeah, gotta say it.
Yeah.
I get in arguments all the time with people here, but I am a Chicago girl at heart. I love my deep dish and my Portillo's and of course my sports teams. But we don't need to get into that one.
I just watched The Last Dance again on Netflix, and and all the Jordan Bulls and that whole story, and like I don't know, it's just I loved that team and so much, and like basketball was a huge part of my life early on, like in going through middle school and stuff, and I just played a ton of basketball and always watching those games on WGN and stuff. So obviously Chicago is has a big part of my life too, even though I've been in St. Louis all my life. But we go up there a couple times a year, and I always often joke that the pizza's worth half the the drive up there.
It is, It's a great city. I love it. But I don't know, something about being down here. Everyone's a little bit nicer, I feel like.
It's a little slower.
Yeah. It's a lot prettier too. It's not quite as cold.
Right.
Yeah.
But we just went to last time I think we were in Chicago. We did the Friends experience up there.
Yes, I did that too. Yeah, super fun.
Yeah. Stacy's a huge fan, and so we had to make the trip and got some Illuminati's and some Al's Italian beef while we were in town.
Oh,
and stuff. So yeah.
So good.
Yeah. But now I'm getting hungry thinking about all this all this health food.
Right, yeah. I'm hopefully going home for Christmas. So
that'd be cool.
Excited for some good food.
Yeah. Well, cool. So now you've been doing your own thing with music for a while.
Yeah.
You've been gigging out quite a bit, especially recently. I feel like you've been almost every weekend.
Within the last year, I've really kind of started gigging out a lot, which has been so much fun. I just love it, going all over the place. So. And
like, was it always like early on with the covers kind of thing, or was it always were you writing a lot?
I always did a lot of covers, and then I've always loved writing, just writing in general, poetry, journaling, any sort of creative writing. And that's when I just kind of fell in love with writing lyrics. And then it wasn't until I was a little older in my teens where I was like, okay, I could write some songs. So then I wrote my first song, Never Knew, with a friend of mine from high school, who actually, he ended up going to Belmont in Nashville. So that was super fun. And that kind of like ignited that spark in me to write music, and a lot of fun collaborating with my dad too. He also produces music. So it was nice when I lived at home to have a music studio in my home.
Right.
So I was definitely a little spoiled for sure. So my dad would record me a lot, and that's where I kind of fell in love with that whole side of it and being an artist. And yeah, so.
Yeah. So you were gearing up to maybe what is your first official single, right?
Yeah. So I just got back from Nashville this past week, and I went and recorded a song I called Hey Dallas. I wrote it along with Mason Douglas, who is also my producer. And I am so excited about it. I absolutely love it. I haven't even gotten the final mix yet back,
Right.
so I am waiting on bated breath for it. But yeah, I put a lot into it, and I'm so excited for it to get out into the world and see where it goes. It's just, it really encapsulates kind of the style of music I've always loved, because it's definitely been a interesting road for me figuring out my style as a musician. It's being someone who is classically trained and singing Broadway to then moving down here and falling in love with country music, but still loving like pop punk and rock and classic and all the genres. So it is a song that kind of, I think, really brings all of who I am as a musician together. So that's why I love it, and I'm excited to get it out there.
Yeah. Well, we did do. We don't have the, like I said, we don't have the studio version yet, but we do. We did do a little live stripped down acoustic version of here at your home, and this was really a nice treat. It's some of my favorite stuff because I love, like, this is how I imagine it. You know, like this is you whatever, sitting in your bedroom or your studio or whatever, kind of figuring out the chords and then coming up with the song. And so, like, I feel like this is the closest to the, like, original
where
stuff.
it started,
Right.
for sure. Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. I was sitting down here writing, write all over the place, writing on my couch. And how it kind of came about is I had a Zoom call with my co-writer after work one day. It was like 7 p.m. I had a long day, got home, sat on Zoom for about 2 hours, and we got a really good gist of what we wanted. And then we went from there, and yeah, it all happened pretty fast. And then I was like, all right, I want to get this recorded and out there as soon as possible. So went down, got it recorded in a few hours, and yeah, really felt like a true musician. I was like on a less than 48-hour trip by myself, stayed in a tiny little Airbnb, got it recorded, and back home, went off to work the next day.
Rock and roll life.
Right? Yeah.
Hey Dallas, I know we just met. Wanna talk about forever. I still see the way you looked at me, still feel the weight of it happening. But hey Dallas, love has a crazy way of making changes to crazy things at 5 a.m. in your bedroom. But I do it all over again with you, wrapped up in your arms, wrapped up in you. 8 a.m. and the sun's filling in, always comes too soon. I know I laid it out, what was I supposed to do? But hey Dallas, all my roads keep coming back to you. You know it's okay, you can open up too. Just don't go and leave me hanging. But hey Dallas, no matter what you say, your lips are where I wanna stay. Yeah, wrapped up in your arms, wrapped up in you. 8 a.m. and the sun's filling in, always comes too soon. I know I laid it out, what was I supposed to do? But hey Dallas, all my roads keep coming back to you. Whoa, whoa. We could blame it on the whiskey, we could blame it on damn good timing. But hey Dallas, can you blame me for trying when I'm wrapped up in your arms, wrapped up in you? 8 a.m. and the sun's spilling in, always comes too soon. I know I laid it out. What was I supposed to do? But hey, Dallas, all my roads keep coming back to you. Hey, Dallas, I know we just met, but wanna see how far we get.
Hey Dallas is the song, and this single should be here soon, and it'll be all over your social media. So find Lucie online and get plugged in so you're updated with that. But and I'm sure we'll have it on all the platforms.
Yep, it'll be everywhere. Hopefully very soon. I would like to get it out before the end of the year, but we'll see.
Yeah. So you said country music didn't come until like moving down here, like.
Yeah, I've always liked it. Huge Taylor Swift fan for my whole life. Always loved her. But it wasn't until I moved down to Missouri that I think I got a true taste of it, and really kind of fell in love with singing it and listening to it. And it just the lyrics, everything that goes into a country song, I just love. I know there's a lot of stigmas of it's just about like beer and girls or whatever, but truly some of the best songwriting goes into country. In my opinion. But
That's great. That's what's always drawn me in also was the storytelling of it all. Like, because these are stories that I relate to in my own personal life, for the most part. You know, it's like, but there's definitely the overplayed stuff, like you're saying. Like there's the truck beds and the Fireball whiskey and all that.
Which I mean, those are great too. There's a time and a place for everything.
It just feels like there's, I don't know, like I've heard songs and I hit play on something and then it's like it's almost like they're going through the checklist. All right, here we go. We got the moonlight. We got the fire. We got the, you know, it's like this. You know, and it's so. And some of it's like I get it, but it's like it's just sometimes it's overdone, you know. And it's like, do we really need to, you know, all these things in the
in one song? Come on now.
But it's just that does seem like some of it becomes formulaic, where like if I put all these words in a country song, it's going to be a hit. And
right. So, yeah.
But you know, then there's the others that are like I like. It seems like I've been following you or finding you at a bunch of the country shows and like and seeing a lot of greats that we love, and that and that's all like the real deal stuff for me. Like those are the people that I feel like are speaking the truth and stuff. So
definitely, and that's why I kind of say it wasn't really till I came to Missouri where I even like knew Red Dirt was a thing, and that's like Zach Bryan and his songwriting just incredible. And you were at that concert, right?
The pageant,
so amazing. I was just like in awe that entire time.
That was a weird night for me because like I'm new to Zach, but I really like what I heard, and just through Spotify, and so I'm like, well, I'm gonna go check him out. Like it's worth going to the show and see what it's all about. And what got me was like,
everyone knew every word,
every song for an hour and a half, and I'm like, geez, like where have I been? Like,
it was crazy. Everyone just like sang their hearts out that entire time. It was amazing, and I think he's at a point in his career too where he's just like he's feeling it, and it's just like so humbling for him, I think. So it was really cool to see that because I mean, the St. Louis one was the first night of that tour, so to be a part of that was kind of special.
I would like to see the end of that tour, like to see how he evolved.
Agreed.
Because you could tell he's a little shaky on some of the as he's things were kind of working out and stuff. You know, it's obviously a huge deal on his first headlining tour and all this stuff. Like so it just would be fun to see it again at the end of the tour and see how much more he's matured as an artist and stuff.
Yeah, it's so fun to watch musicians grow in that way.
Right.
So.
But yeah, like just honorably discharged from the
was it
Navy? I think it was Navy. And then it's just like now he's chasing the dream as a full-time musician.
Right.
I don't know. It's just a cool story he's got too.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens for that young man.
Me too. Yeah, I saw he's going on a tour with Luke Combs. They're playing those stadium shows with him, so that's amazing. So
Sure. But yeah, there's there's a lot of that. Like, I mean, I'm right there with you with that Red Dirt, the Childers, and the.
Oh yeah.
I love Jason Isbell.
Yes.
I saw him the other night at the Stiefel.
Okay.
And,
I saw he was there.
Yeah, so good. Yeah. But that's like a lot of my favorite stuff is all those real songwriters and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Very raw and full of emotion.
Right.
It's really great.
Old Taylor, she's been having a big year, big run.
Man, what a queen.
Yeah.
She never ceases to amaze me. Like there's always something next that's coming, and go her with the whole re-recording her albums and everything. It's amazing just to take ownership like that. I know everyone has their own opinions on her and her music too, but it is awesome to see such a force of nature, and she just loves it.
Have you been revisiting all those records?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you heard the 10-minute version of All Too Well? Or did you watch the short film?
Yeah, I watched saw her on SNL.
Okay, yeah.
And I know I'm sorry not to but I'm not like a huge Taylor fan. Like,
Yeah.
I like the early stuff, her early country or things. I like some of the pop tunes, but I'm not like I wasn't gonna watch that. Like I was just like when I watch SNL for the comedy, the skit, and like
Sure.
not really many of the music performances I sit through and stuff. So anyway, it's like I saw her. I'm like I listened for a little bit. I'm like I don't know. It was like nothing hooked me right at the beginning. So
Yeah.
I'm like all right, fast forward, and then like
Still going on.
yeah, I'm like well, what is going like? And then I realized it. And then, of course, that goes into Weekend Update, and Colin makes a joke. Colin make a joke about that Taylor wrote a 10-minute song about, and I was like, yeah, that definitely was a 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, that was crazy because I don't know how much you know of that backstory, but that song was never a single like when it was on Red. So, but the fans absolutely loved it and went crazy for it. So
Yeah.
it was kind of her response to that, I think.
Sure.
Was the 10-minute version, but
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, like I said, I do. There are songs I like of hers, but I realize it's not necessarily for me. I'm not.
Sure.
I'm a
yeah.
I'm a 36-year-old male. Like it's just like I didn't really grow up on
Fair.
on her. So like but I get like there's a whole massive group of girls that love her obviously. So
Yeah. Definitely.
but yeah, it's I do find it funny like that with. I guess like she wrote that whole thing about like a scarf or something like, and she wants her scarf back or something. And
Right. Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal still has her scarf or whatever.
Right,
yeah. Lots of good memes there.
Sure. Yeah. They. I don't know. But she's definitely found her way, and
Yeah. She's doing all right.
Yeah, so. Well, let's. We mentioned you do some your gigs around town, doing some covers.
Yeah.
And we have an actual real big opportunity for you to come see Lucie live, and we have a fun show coming up on December 22nd at Old Rock House in St. Louis, Missouri, and you will be taking the stage with Maddie Poppe.
Yeah, Maddie Poppe. She won American Idol season 16. So,
right. So this is like big deal. I mean,
yeah, this is kind of my first really big show. I'm really looking forward to it. It's when I was asked to do it, I was kind of taken aback. I was like, oh wow, me, little old me. But yeah, no, I'm so excited for it. I think it's going to be a great time. Maddie Poppe is incredible. So just to share the stage with her is an honor. So it should be a really fun time to kick off the Christmas week for sure.
And Old Rock House is like one of my favorite spots in town.
Yeah.
It's
Such a great venue.
Yeah. And the staff, all good people over there. So
yes, the best.
But that'll be a fun night for sure. So grab some tickets. Old Rock House STL.com, I think is their site, and we're metrotix.com.
Yeah,
and all,
Metrotix.
so
I've got it linked in my Instagram bio. So,
but yeah, grab some tickets and come out there. Is it a particular like a holiday theme?
yeah,
to it?
it's her acoustic Christmas tour. So I know she has a couple Christmas albums out there. So I think it'll be kind of a stripped down, fun holiday show. So I'll be doing a couple holiday songs as well.
All right.
So,
That's what I was wondering if you were going to participate also in doing a couple more.
Of course. 'Tis the season.
Sure. Do you have a favorite or ones that every time it comes on you got to crank it up? And
Oh man, I love Santa Baby.
Yeah.
Such a good song. I don't know. I love White Christmas. I mean, I do just love Christmas music,
Sure.
honestly.
I was listening to some so Sirius has a it's a kind of like classic country channel, but now it's Christmas country Christmas or whatever on 58, and I've been listening to that, and I heard a Craig Morgan his song Bonfire. You know that one?
Yeah.
So there's a Christmas version of it.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Nice.
which I learned on the way over here today, and I'm like, what is it like? And I don't know, it just made me laugh, like because it's almost like a parody.
Oh, okay.
It's Craig doing it, but it's like it just doesn't feel right because you're like so used to the original and stuff, and then all of a sudden he's like, instead of like lift up your cup and take another swig, it's like lift up your eggnog and take another, and like and stuff like that. Like it just makes me laugh. Like they squeeze as many Christmas references in there as they could, and stuff.
Right. Amazing.
And so it was just funny to like think about it. But yeah, there's a lot of good ones. But I'm kind of with you. I like the classics. I like the country versions on some of these and different stuff. Hearing some different people's voices on some of the standards. But it's like. Still, I like the original versions that I've been known to love and everything. So.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I inherited a whole vinyl collection from my dad over there. You could see the Michael Jackson Thriller one out, but I have Elvis Presley Christmas vinyl, so I had that spinning the other day. It was a whole vibe. I loved it.
yeah, that definitely just kind of make you feel warm and everything's makes you feel holidays and all the stuff like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, I often joke that's about my cousin, my cousin Elvis. So,
Yeah, there you go. You're right.
I don't know. I need to do like the proper family tree thing and see.
Oh yeah, like the Ancestry.com,
Yeah.
see where it lies. Yeah.
I mean, we got it's somewhere, but I don't know what. I couldn't tell you like how
It's pretty cool.
separated we are, but it's still neat to think about that we're
Right,
somehow
yeah.
lineage and.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I often say I'm not close enough to get any of the money, so it's like,
Dang.
but it would be nice.
Yes, maybe down the line someone will pop up and it's like, oh dang, second cousin, what?
Right, yeah. Well, I did go to Graceland one time down there. That was pretty neat.
Nice. Yeah, I've never been there.
It's pretty. It's like a time capsule. I mean,
I
it's
bet.
it's so weird how preserved it is as just like out of the 70s. And,
Yeah.
And because I don't know, you watch like Cribs or whatever or anything on those type of shows where you see these celebrities' houses and
Right.
stuff, and like now it's insane, but like it's just a normal house with some weird like carpeted walls and different things like that, like. Stuff like, I mean, it's still a nice home, but it's just like, it's just not what you would think, like for Elvis being like the, like
The best, yeah.
like the biggest star in the world at one time and stuff, so, but still a cool experience to be down there and
sure.
seeing it. But yeah. Anyway, I wanted to mention in some of your songs and some covers that you play out and stuff, and we did do another live acoustic version of a tune, and this is a song called Valerie, which is a Amy Winehouse, not necessarily Christmassy like we were talking, but still a great song, and this is one that you might hear any weekend gig where they catch you around
I can
town.
almost guarantee it.
Yeah, so.
go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. 'Cause since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I missed your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, Valerie, Valerie. Did you have to go to jail? Put your house up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? And did you have to pay the fine? You was dodging all the time. Are you still busy? Still busy? 'Cause since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I missed your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, Valerie, Valerie. Oh, 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 oh. Whoa, 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 Valerie, oh, why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Is there any particular reason why, or is this just a fun song you like to?
It's just a fun song
Yeah.
to sing. Yeah, I don't know, something about it. It's just
Yeah.
fun to put my own twist on it and have fun with it. So
Sure, yeah, and I mean that guy, the original is like so good. It's just so upbeat and fun and easy to sing along with and stuff. So it's a great tune.
thank you so much.
But yeah.
I have a tendency to only write sad songs, so I made it a point to
All right.
keep it a little happier.
Yeah. Well, so check out, again, this is Valerie, performed by Lucie. This is, I've also, I mean, I'm like, speaking of some of the other songs, I saw some video recently of you doing like Morgan Wade, which
Oh, yeah.
might be
Yeah.
my favorite discovery of the year.
Me too.
She's
Holy
a
cow.
superstar.
Yeah, absolutely love her. I came across her music, I think I'm a big Sirius XM person, so I think I heard her as a highway find and started listening, and then she performs at Open Highway Music Festival, and I saw her there because I was working that show, and that kind of really elevated my love for her music. And then I went and saw her when she opened for Lucero at Old Rock House.
Yeah.
Like a month ago.
I missed that one.
Was really good.
Yeah.
You missed a good one.
I wanted to be there, but ended up working late and everything else. I didn't make. But Lucero is like one of my favorites also.
Yeah,
and
they're
like,
great.
So I was really bummed to miss that night, and it's one of those like I'll probably be thinking about for a long time that I missed out.
Yeah, it was definitely a good show. She's killing it. But no, I love covering her songs as well. Just she's so unique. She's got like that grit to her voice and just real and authentic songwriting, and it's really admire her work. So it's fun to play her songs. When I do play them out, I usually always ask the audience, I'm like, does anybody know that song by chance? Because I do love playing The Night by Morgan Wade, which isn't on her debut album, but it is a single. So every now and then I'll get a hand or two being like, oh yeah, I know that, or I love Morgan. I'm like, oh, right on.
Yeah.
Keep the love going.
For sure.
But
I saw her right before Open Highway, like a few months before she opened for American Aquarium at Del Mar Hall. And it was just her and a acoustic guitar that night.
Nice, yeah.
So it was cool to see her solo acoustic there, and then full band with at Open Highway, and I think she was full band at Old Rock House also.
Yeah, she was.
So
yeah, I think she's gonna be back opening for Ryan Hurd, I
Yeah.
think, in
Yeah.
January. So
Yep.
might have
Yeah,
to
she's
go to
been
that again.
she's been hitting it hard with
Yeah.
the touring and stuff. So she's here like every few months now. It seems like with some.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But that the night with American Aquarium though, like, was very special because like, you know, I go to a lot of concerts and
Yeah.
like there's not many where the opener the crowd is completely silent and like listening
Yeah.
to everything she said, and that's the way it was that night. Like I was like,
amazing.
I loved it, and like everybody was like there, and I mean, somebody even said it like, you know, she was thinking us or something like that, and she's like, well, we're here for you or something like that, like, you know, and but that's what it really felt like. It was like, it wasn't like she was opening for American Aquarium. It's
Right.
like we went to a Morgan Way concert. And American Aquarium went on after, you know, like it was that.
Yeah,
it was like,
that's kind of almost how it felt at Lucero too.
Right.
Because like I've seen Lucero before too, so I was really excited about Morgan that night. But yeah, everyone was just so attentive. It's awesome to see that for an opener.
yeah,
'cause
but that's the way it should be all the time. But it just
I
like
agree. Yeah, especially coming from a musician where playing bars and
Right.
stuff, you get used to kind of just being the person singing in the corner, having a grand old time. So it's nice to see everyone very excited for them and watching them grow. So.
Yeah, it just bothers me when I go to those, like, and people don't want to talk the whole time and stuff, and I'm like, go outside and talk or whatever,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But I'm here for the show. I'm like, I paid my money and everything else.
Right.
I don't want to
Wanna
listen
enjoy it. Yeah.
I don't want to hear about you complain about your week all, you know. And I was like, we're here to escape all that, like,
Right.
you know, so
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, some people just want to sit there and talk the whole time, make it
I
about
know.
them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you don't know Morgan Wade, definitely go check her out because
Definitely.
she's doing big things, and
There she is.
I'm excited to see her continue to grow. I mean, I know this record's already getting a ton of attention.
It is. Yeah.
With I mean, like Rolling Stone named it like top 10 for the year and different things like that, and like she's getting a lot of praise for it. But it's like
Sure.
it's really well deserved, and I think Sadler. However you sound, I don't know his last name. But he plays guitar with Jason Isbell,
Yeah.
and he produced the record.
Yeah, he did a lot of the work on that album with her, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how she got her little break, which is amazing with that connection. But
There's it's pretty wild though. Like, you know, you think about I think about for somebody for like yourself, like how fast something like that could happen, because like
yeah,
there's videos of her singing on the porch with some guy, like on YouTube. My buddy just shared it to me the other day. It's like from a few years ago, and it's like see her go from that.
right. And to think like in her head too, like she obviously was probably just not thinking about that, like in
Right.
that moment, like that's
Sure.
going to happen. It is crazy how fast things can
Yeah.
happen and opportunities come up for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's I mean it seems like it's overnight. I know it's a lot of work, all the years of prep into it all, but it's like sometimes some people just are on a rocket to the top and stuff. Like it's just
Right.
like you get that one opportunity and then things just start clicking and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's exciting to think about this crazy music business and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great way to put it. It's a crazy business for sure,
Yeah.
and it's a fun business. I
sure.
love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You so you mentioned can we talk about the work stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, like I said, like that's where we've kind of bumped into each other with a bunch of these shows and stuff,
Yeah.
and you get to work in the entertainment industry and stuff, and getting to be a part of it down there at the amphitheater.
Yeah. So I actually I started as an intern there when I was in college. I interned in 2019, and I had the best time. I absolutely loved it. It just even ignited my passion even more. I couldn't have asked for a better experience, and I got to actually open a show at the amphitheater during my internship too, so that was a lot of fun. And my boss Jason, who books a lot of the shows at the amphitheater, he was just an incredible mentor and has really just believed in me and has been kind of my support system here in Missouri, and for just pushing me to follow my dreams and everything. So very thankful for him. And after that internship, I was very sad to go, but I went on and did a couple jobs here and there post grad, and then then COVID happened, and that, there wasn't a 2020 season. So that was really sad. I was going to work part-time still at the Amphitheater, but that didn't happen. And then they actually had a position open up for being a rec specialist for the Amphitheater, and they called me up right away, and I was like, yes, I want to come back, please. So that's what I do full time. Is I am the arts and entertainment specialist there, so I get to do all sorts of things with the venue and the shows and management and artist relations. So it's been a great opportunity. Lots of fun connections and cool people you get to meet, but I love it working that side of the industry.
Well, I was going to say, like, it's almost, even though, it is a job, but it's almost like an extended college course into the business, because like you're getting to continue with your education, like learning the ins and outs of it all. Oh yeah.
Stuff. You have no idea. I learned something new every single day. It's amazing. So I'm so grateful, because it's hard to come by where you get to live your passion and your full-time job while you're also trying to make music work on the side too. So it's been wonderful, and a lot of opportunities have come up because of that. Even this old rock house show, that is because we work with old rock house for shows. So I met John Metz along the way. And so things like that. It's great to know people, and it's great to work with people and kind of build each other up. So
I feel like, I'm not, in the same professional role like yourself, but I do like where I'm at, and I feel like you're in a similar state where we can we have this professional side, and we have this, entertainment side that we're doing, and we're balancing both well, but there's someday I hope to move out of the professional role and then make make the podcast, or make anything, make music more of a full-time thing for me and stuff. So like, I don't know that the podcast is really the thing that's gonna be the answer. I love doing it, but it's like would love to make music more of a full-time career.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a balancing act for sure, and it's could be a challenge, because you never know. It's like, okay, when's the right time to like really make the jump, or kind of figure out what you want to do. And I've kind of been in that boat too recently. It's like, okay, I love both sides of this industry. I love performing. I love writing. It is a good extra little side income, but it's like, do I want to just like jump in and really try and make it happen? Or do I want to stay on where I'm at right now and just kind of doing it all? But it really is just kind of seeing where life takes you and what opportunities come about. And I don't say no too often, and I think it's a blessing and a curse. But just saying yes to everything and seeing where life takes you. There's no right or wrong when you're just doing what you love, I feel like.
Yeah, so definitely. Yeah, I feel like that's a great practice to, like, you never just be ready to, be prepared whenever you get there to that situation. But I like, the same kind of thing, saying yes and seeing where life's going to take me and what kind of crazy things are going to happen on this journey. So,
oh yeah. It's funny because like things that you never think would lead to one thing, they do. And that's happened to me a lot with just playing out as well. I've had shows where there's like two people there because I'm at a patio and it's raining and it's like, oh, okay. But then someone comes up and talks to me and they're like, hey, I own this place. Come play here. And it ends up being a great connection. So just got to say yes, even if it's like, do I have to? But you never know what happens. So,
well, you mentioned earlier about going to Nashville and you were kind of in and out for the recording session and stuff. But is that something you think about visiting more often and in the writing and the co-writing and stuff? And
yeah, I mean, when I was in college, that was kind of my plan. Was I was like trying to move to Nashville and everything, and I was applying to internships left and right, but it's a very saturated industry, especially in Nashville. So I was trying, it didn't happen. And that's when I landed the Chesterfield Amphitheater internship, which worked out wonderfully. So it all happens for a reason. But yeah, no, I love Nashville, love visiting there. So I definitely will continue to go as often as I can, especially I do love my co-writer I work with. So if it means just going down for a weekend and getting stuff done, I'm all for it. I went to, I was there for one night, Sunday, and left Monday afternoon. But Sunday night, as soon as I got there, I went to some honky tonks, listened to some live music. A girl I watch on TikTok was playing at Dirk's Bentley Whiskey Row, so caught the end of her set. Then I went to a writer's round that night, and then recorded my song the next morning, and I was out. So it was a very well-rounded trip. I got a little bit of everything I needed.
Yeah.
It's a very inspiring place, so might move there someday. Who knows?
I mean, I don't like. I just feel like, again, I just my perspective, but like, there obviously that's where everybody's going, chasing the dream. They're all, it's easy to be kind of swallowed up or overlooked. I think over there, unless you're like, there's people definitely rise to the occasion and things, but so I feel like that's what is nice about St. Louis is like there's more of an opportunity to highlight, to stand out, where because like as much of we're not necessarily as crazy, mainstreamed or whatever as Nashville is and stuff. So there's opportunities that are here that aren't there, but at the same time, like everybody, there's so many like-minded people down there, and it's a great opportunity to meet some of the world-class writers, some of the best musicians around. It's like there's so many opportunities that are like around there. Like so, it's just exciting to think about too. So there's no right or wrong to any of it.
I agree. I think Nashville's wonderful, and you can make a lot happen, but I think you could totally do it wherever you are. Mm-hmm. And I've learned from being here for 5 years now or so. I love the music circle in St. Louis. I've met so many great people. I know you're good friends with Anthony Russo. He has become a good friend of mine, and just so many wonderful, talented people. And it's great to see everyone kind of helping each other out and writing together and seeing them play around town. So it doesn't matter where you're at. I mean, music is music, and it lives on no matter what.
Right.
And I think, especially after the past couple of years, it's been a solid for everybody. So to see it back in action and everyone just being creative as ever, it's brings me life. It's great to see. It's very inspiring.
Yeah. I forgot to ask about the single "Hey Dallas," mentioning recording and stuff. But is there? We heard again this stripped down acoustic version of it, just you and a guitar. But is there what kind of? Is there much production to it? Did you add?
Yeah, so it's actually going to be. It is going to be a little bit more. A little more poppy country, I will say. It's not super stripped down at all. It has a really fun beat, so I'm excited. But I do love that I can also make it a kind of more mellow stripped down version with just guitar. So it has kind of two different sides of it. And I don't know, it's one of those songs where I think everyone can relate to a little bit, so in some way. And it is a little play on words. It's not about the city Dallas. It's about a person named Dallas. But something I like to do with songwriting is just kind of, I build stories in my head sometimes. Sometimes it's not always about something that happened to me. Sometimes it is, but it's fun to kind of make stories come to life in that way. So that's what this song is all about. Yeah.
That's like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes people want to take things too literally. Sure. Like this is exactly what this means or something. It's like, and sometimes I like that lyrics are so open to interpretation to where they can mean a lot of different things.
Oh yeah, and then sometimes it means a completely different thing a year later when you listen to it, which is cool. But yeah, that's kind of the songwriting process too. I mean, I had some lyrics in there that I loved, but we ended up switching because it just didn't work. And I'm like, I'll save those ones for another song later. But it does like sometimes change the meaning of the song, which is okay. It's like, because sometimes it's just for rhyme's sake.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, no, it is fun to see what songs turn into. And yeah.
I heard some interview with Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. And he was talking about how was on Howard Stern's show, and he was talking about how some of his lyrics are not necessarily, make sense. They're just he'll like just start like kind of humming along with the melody and stuff, and then he'll like say random words that just fit in there,
Right,
and then like the fit in the phrasing and things. So they don't necessarily make any sense. They just sound good.
Good, yeah.
So anyway, it's just funny to hear. Like again, there's no real rule to writing lyrics, but
no right or wrong. It just kind of is what it is, and it's fun to kind of craft it and see what it turns into and have its like own little life.
Yeah.
You'll always I have my own personal connections to songs too, and it's cool to know that someone else can listen to it and have their own connection, and it's special.
Yeah. So going into next year, 2022, we're hopefully ending the year with this year with a new single and stuff. And is that something we're looking to do a lot more of? A lot more recording and.
Yeah, I've got some others in the works already. Haven't decided quite yet which path I'm going to take. If I'll just keep doing singles, might do an EP, kind of see where it takes me. But yeah, lots of recording in 2022 for sure. Lots of gigs, lots of playing out as much as I can. I've got my January and February are booking up already, which is really exciting. I'm playing at some new places, so that's always fun. And once patio weather is back, that's always a great time.
Yeah.
So,
and you keep pretty active through St. Charles County and out here and stuff, but you also not opposed to some other towns around. So
I've been all over the place. I started playing in Belleville a little bit at Benny's Pizza Pub. I'll be there on December 30th, and then December 31st, New Year's Eve, I'll be at Cafe Telegraph, which has quickly become one of my new favorite places to play. Wonderful venue and owner there. So all over the place.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you want Lucy to come play your bar or venue or whatever, feel free to reach out. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That's some of my favorite stuff. Just to go around like seeing all these different little spots and meeting all the people that manage and run them and stuff. But yeah, I love discovering a new little spot that I didn't know about, and I'm like, oh man, I love it here. Like this is
right. Yeah, it's the best. I love it too. It's always fun to try out new places, and especially when there's music going on. You're probably just like me. I'm always going up and introducing myself like, hey, we should write. Or if bands are playing with me at the Amphitheater, I'm always looking for some fun openers for shows as well. So it's fun to go around places and find new bands and give them opportunities as well. So I actually was able to do that for Anthony Russo and the Drive-By Boys. I had them open up a show at the Amphitheater, and it was just so much fun. So it's great to see other local musicians be able to do that.
Sure. He's one of the most entertaining people I know.
Oh, absolutely agree.
He's a great singer, songwriter. He's the tap is so much fun.
So amazing, so talented.
But yeah, I'm really thankful that we've become great friends, and he's been I don't know, we just hit it off like we're like old friends, like we've known each other forever kind of thing. So it's really cool to have him around in my life now and stuff, and we get to hang out quite a bit and get to either going to gigs or we went to Zach Bryan together and stuff. So just getting to hang out and be buddies. So it's but it's fun. We have a good time.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, you can find all dates again at lucieswitalski.com and Facebook and Instagram, and get plugged in on all these things again. But December 22nd, Maddie, Poppe, and Lucie at Old Rock House, and that's going to be a big one for sure. So come on out to that show. I've been going around asking some random questions and get your take on some of these. And what's a song that always gets stuck in your head, like, or most recently stuck in your head?
Most recently, it's been my own song. Yeah. But I gotta say Wilder Days by Morgan Wade. It's always in my head.
Yeah.
Once it's on that radio too, I'm like, oh, yep. Gotta listen. That'll be in my head all day long.
Sure. Yeah. So good. Yeah.
Yeah. So catchy.
Yep. I tend to get like just like a line, like one phrase in the song, and then
Okay.
and then like it'll be on a loop and like till I just go nuts. I'm like, it's like
Need a new one.
yeah, it'll just be, I don't know why, but that's how my brain works. All right, what about we have a Lucie action figure come out, and what would be like 3 accessories with your action figure?
Who? We talking like special power accessories or
Well,
like,
whatever you want it to be. I mean, it's your action figure. You can have like is it what it like if you were to like, you know, this, what would be like if you, this is Lucie, like this,
Okay.
how, whatever you think it's going to be, like your certain outfit or hat or you know,
yeah.
the kind of whatever it is.
Let's see. Probably some sparkly boots and a jean jacket and a beanie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not all together, but I do love all 3 of those things.
Right.
So, yeah.
That'll work. I don't know. It's just funny to think about. Like I just, it's also a lot of fun to propose that question to bands and make them like do it for answer for each other, because like they'll usually just, you know, rip on each other. So it's makes me laugh what they decide to.
Might have an iced coffee in my hand too.
Right. What about something you could get into the Guinness Book of World Records for? Is there anything you think a record you could break or make up your own?
Let's see. I could take really long naps. Pretty good at that.
Yeah.
And I could also burp the alphabet. Fun fact. So maybe, I don't know. I'm sure that's already in there.
Burp the alphabet, huh? I haven't.
A woman of many talents. What can I say?
All right. What about the day comes on? We have a biopic. Who would you like to see cast play you in the movie version?
Ooh. Dang.
You ever think about that? Anybody ever tell you look like somebody or?
I feel like, who do people say I look like? Huh. I don't know. I think it would be cool to have Taylor Swift play me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Cameron Diaz? Who knows?
All right.
It could go either way.
Yeah. At least Taylor got the playing part down.
Yeah.
You know, we can handle that for
Yeah,
sure.
she could do that.
Yeah. I think she could. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be, we'll see what if she's got some time to.
Yeah, I'm sure she could fit it in her schedule.
What would be a dream duet or collaboration you'd like to see for yourself?
I would love to. Let's see. Who? I'd love to collaborate with Carly Pierce.
Yeah.
She has been one of my biggest inspirations, songwriting wise and musically wise, for a while. I saw her play at the Grand Ole Opry before she kind of hit her big fame, and when Every Little Thing came out, and I've always loved her since then and thought it would be cool to sing with her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That'd be
always
nice.
looked up to her.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I like, she does that one with Lee Brice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
that song a lot.
Yeah,
Good,
that's a good one.
I don't know a lot of her solos, you know, her own original stuff, but I like that one, but I need to go do some homework, I guess.
Yeah, she just had a new album coming out that's pretty good. But
Yeah, you go check it out. All right. What about, do you do any celebrity impressions? Do you do any voices
I don't know. Do I?
of your many talents?
I like talking in accents. I talk in a country accent all the time. I talking a British accent all the time.
Yeah.
But never like a specific person.
Yeah. I don't know. That one kind of came up like one I just like putting people on the spot and see if they're willing to take a shot. But
Actually, no, this isn't even an impression. But are you big on TikTok at all? Do you like TikTok?
I mean, I watch my buddy Matt Bosler's videos, so that's about it.
Well, there's this girl on TikTok that prank calls random places, and she pretends she's Sharon Jane Sherwood, and her husband is Terrence, and my boyfriend and we think it's hilarious. Like, she'll call like the most random places, like a taxidermy place, asking to see if like she could get her dog stuffed or something.
Yeah.
And she just has a funny accent, so I was like, Sharon Jane Sherwood, and he's Terrence. So that's yeah. That's the best I could do.
There you go. I don't know. It is. I got a friend. She's, I don't know. You might even watch her videos. Jamie French.
Jamie French.
She does like makeup and stuff on.
Yeah.
We went to high school together, and it's just like crazy to see like that her videos have blown up the way they have.
No, TikTok is a force of nature. Right. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little more active on there, so follow me on TikTok too.
Yeah. But I wish I could find that thing that resonates like. But yeah, it's weird. You never know what's going to be the thing that all of a sudden picks up that's like people really respond to and stuff. So, but yeah, I got people do really well for themselves on some of those different apps and stuff. So, Matt, I mentioned he's the one, he likes to, he does a cover of Brantley Gilbert's, whatever this, Read Me My Rights is the song. Yeah. And, so he does that same song, every single video. So that's his joke.
Gotcha.
And so you'll have to watch some of those, and you'll start seeing the different what he does with it. There's a lot of different silly things that usually mostly involving his nipples. Seems like that seems to be the current trend. And
amazing.
Anyway, really silly stuff. Matt F. Bosler, check it out.
I will.
Yeah. All right, so this is a kind of a newer one. I kind of borrowed from. I saw this STL bucket list. I was on social media now, and it kind of got me thinking. They do like and so what would be like your three like favorite things like in St. Louis? Like if you were like a date night or a weekend or something, like what's like this would be a concert here or a dinner here or something like that. What would be Lucie's dream thing?
Definitely dinner on the hill. I love Italian food, so honestly, just like anywhere.
Any of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong down there. They're all good.
Yeah, they're all good. I just love me some pasta.
Yeah.
So pasta, probably definitely a concert somewhere. I don't care where it's at, but I mean, Old Rock House is amazing. Love Old Rock House. Or the pageant, wherever. Just some live music, a good show, and
Is there like a little any kind of like hidden gem thing you found that you that maybe not a lot of people know about, or even a big one that people know about? I don't know. But is there anything else come to mind?
In St. Louis directly, honestly.
Well, we can go greater St. Louis, I guess.
Okay. So we didn't talk about this at all. I'm going to go down a rabbit hole here. But the reason I came to school here and everything is my family has always vacationed down in Cuba, Missouri.
Okay. At
this little lodge called Fox Springs Lodge. It's right on the Merrimack River. My dad grew up going there his whole life, and then my family goes down every July. So I have like a little friend family down here from growing up going to this lodge with them. So that's what kind of made me comfortable with moving to St. Louis and everything. Right. But if I'm ever having a bad day or anything, I put myself down there. That's like my zone. So just like a trip down to the river, floating. If I have friends come down or family, it's float trips.
Yeah.
Just something that I've grown to love a lot about living down here. So something like that.
Sure. Yeah. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. There's no TVs, there's no clocks. You have a little cabin. There is a bathroom and there is AC, which is nice. But everything else is just really low key and very family fun oriented, where you just kind of stay up on your porch playing guitar till 3 a.m., playing games, drinking, having a good time. So
sound like a country song.
Yeah, it's literally a country song in a place. I've written many of the songs down there, but yeah, that's like my place. So, I mean, float. It's funny, like, because I know, and it was like funny how like you mention these kind of things, and anybody that's not from Missouri area, they're like, what are you talking like? Because it's just not a thing elsewhere. Yeah, no, it really isn't. Just I've learned that a lot about St. Louis. There's just a lot of things we do down here that I can't do in Chicago. So, just like nature itself too. I mean, we have it up there, but like the hikes around here, there's just a lot of hidden gems, nature wise, that I've loved exploring more so than like just the city and everything. So it's fun to kind of go out and find new places like that. So
yeah. I mean, I often say St. Louis, and that's but it's the greater. I mean, like
even the whole area.
You can go down to the Ozarks or what. I know it's still it's an hour and a half away or whatever, but from the city. But even going like something like that, like going down in that area or anything around like Cuba and whatever. All these different. There's so much. I feel like Missouri has so much to offer with the not necessarily mountains, but the hikes in these hills and everything else, and the rivers, and it's just it was really pretty. And it's a lot of fun to get out and explore some of the area, and just a lot more than flyover state that everybody thinks it is. And stuff. There's a lot to offer here.
There's a lot to explore. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yep, but I also love the city life too. I enjoy it.
Sure.
So it's that's why I like where I'm at. Like I'm out in 40 miles west of St. Louis and Wentzville, and so it's like kind of nice to kind of have both worlds. I have the countryside, and then I can have the city side.
Oh too, yeah, definitely. I like that too. Being so close, but not directly in it.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Well, very cool, Lucie. This has been a ton of fun getting to hang with you.
Yeah, so much fun.
And again, hit the website and keep an eye out for Hey Dallas coming soon to your streaming platforms, and hopefully we could be able to call and request it on the radio stations and all the other fun stuff, and we'll get it everywhere. So it'd be, but I'm really super excited for you. Like I said, it's going to be fun to get the proper debut single out there, and and we're just getting warmed up. I mean, I'm gonna see what else you got coming out for the EP and all these different things. Whatever else has in store for us for in 2022, and
lots coming. I'm excited to see where the year brings us.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you so much for doing this, and hopefully we can do another one sometime soon.
Absolutely, I would love to.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Lucie.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Well, yeah, that was it.